Imagine waking up tomorrow morning feeling steady, clear, and ready. Not rushed. Not bitter. Just quiet control. Knowing the day ahead is yours. Not a repeat of yesterday. Not an obligation. But a clean page. A real chance to grow, to build, to finally stop living on autopilot. Now be honest. How often do you wake up like that? You drag yourself out of bed. You move through routine like it's a script. You already feel behind before you begin. You are not leading your mornings. You are surviving them. You are escaping them. If you find value in taking back your mornings and your life, a simple free favor I ask of you is to hit that subscribe button. It genuinely supports the channel and helps us reach more people who need this message. Part 1: Take back the first hour. Let's be honest. You don't wake up feeling rested. You wake up feeling behind. Before your feet even touch the ground, your mind is already drowning in noise. Notifications, expectations, distractions. It's not that you hate mornings. You've just never taken control of them, but that can change. Not next month. Not next Monday. Tomorrow. It begins with one decision. Wake up 1 hour earlier. Not for work. Not for others. For yourself. 1 hour of silence before the world has a chance to pull at you. 1 hour of calm before the chaos. 1 hour that belongs to you alone. That's not motivation. That's discipline. The Stoics understood it long before science ever did. Marcus Aurelius said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive. To breathe. To think. To love." Those aren't just poetic words. That's a daily reminder. A mindset. A weapon, Seneca warned us. Most of your suffering lives in your imagination. You convince yourself it'll be too hard. You'll be too tired. But that story you repeat is the same one keeping you small. You don't need to feel ready. You need to be willing. Waking up early isn't about being a morning person. It's about reclaiming the first hour of the day so it doesn't get stolen. Because when you don't own your morning, you don't own your day. And if you don't own your day, you don't own your life. Use that hour to reflect. Read. Breathe. Plan. Or just sit still and hear your own thoughts for once. In the stillness, you remember who you are. What you want. What actually matters. The first hour isn't about productivity. It's about presence. It's about meeting yourself in the silence before the world tells you who to be. So tomorrow, don't hit snooze. Don't scroll. Just rise. And take back the hour that could change everything. Part 2: Begin with water, not caffeine. You open your eyes, and your first instinct is to reach for comfort. For most people, that comfort is coffee. That warm mug becomes the ritual. The rescue. But your body isn't asking for caffeine. It's asking for water. You wake up dehydrated. Your brain, your cells, every part of you has gone hours without what it needs most. And the first thing you give it is a stimulant. Something to mask exhaustion instead of addressing it. That's not power. That's dependency. Start your morning with what truly revives you. A tall glass of water. Cold. Clean. Clear. Think of it as a reset. The first quiet act of intention. The first step back into balance. The Stoics believed in mastering the small things. Because they knew the small things become who you are. Epictetus said, "Progress is not achieved by luck or accident, but by working on yourself daily." That glass of water? It's more than hydration. It's discipline. You are showing your mind that you choose clarity over habit. That you won't just follow impulses, you will direct them. Your brain is mostly water. Without it, your attention drops. Your memory fades. Your mood dips, you wonder why your morning feels heavy. But you've given your system no fuel, no foundation. Just noise. Just caffeine. You are expecting your body to perform miracles without giving it what it needs to show up for you. So tomorrow, make it different. Don't reach for the coffee first. Reach for what your body actually craves. Let that first sip of water be your first victory. Small, yes. But powerful, because in that moment, you're not just drinking. You're choosing. You're waking up not with reaction, but with control, and that choice, it carries you into the next, until eventually, your whole morning becomes a quiet series of deliberate decisions. This is where it begins. With water. With discipline. With the strength to start the day on your terms. Part 3, delay the scroll, reclaim your mind. This is where most people lose the morning before it even begins. You open your eyes, and your hand reaches for the phone. It's automatic now. The screen lights up, and your peace disappears. A flood of updates, messages, news, noise. Before you've even taken your first conscious breath, you're reacting. Responding. Consumed, you were supposed to be in control of your morning. But now you're already a prisoner to everyone else's agenda. Stoicism teaches you to protect your mind as if it were a fortress. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. But when you give your mind away the moment you wake up, you surrender that power, you hand over your focus. You hand over your mood. You hand over your direction for the day. All for what? Notifications that can wait. Messages that do not matter. Posts that leave you comparing, doubting, spinning. So stop. Wait. 30 minutes. That's all it takes. Give yourself just 30 minutes in the morning where the outside world cannot touch you. No feeds. No texts. No scrolling. Just you. In silence. In stillness. That pause, that space, is where your strength begins to rebuild. When you choose not to scroll, you are not falling behind. You are rising above. You are creating a buffer between your mind and the chaos. You are saying, today I choose clarity. Today I start on my terms. This one decision transforms the entire tone of your morning. Instead of being pulled in 20 directions, you become centered. Focused. Clear. You decide what matters. You decide who gets access to your mind and when. Don't underestimate this choice. It's not small. It's foundational. It's the difference between starting the day in reaction and starting the day with intention. The Stoics wouldn't hand over the keys to their peace to strangers. Neither should you. So tomorrow, leave the phone face down. Let the world wait. Because your peace is more important than their noise. And your focus is the foundation for everything that follows. Part 4, make your bed, set the tone. It seems like nothing, a routine chore, something you've done since childhood without thought. But that one simple act, pulling the sheets tight, straightening the pillows, smoothing the blanket, is more powerful than you think. It's a signal, a decision, a declaration. It says, I choose order over chaos. I choose action over avoidance. I choose to begin, even if it's small. This is how momentum starts. Not with grand achievements or massive changes. It begins with the discipline to do something mundane, and to do it well. That's what the Stoics taught. Control what you can. Bring excellence to what's in front of you. As Marcus Aurelius put it, don't waste what's left of your life worrying about what others think. It keeps you from doing anything useful, and isn't that what a messy room often reflects? A distracted mind, a divided spirit. You don't need motivation to change your life. You need movement. You need traction. Making your bed is movement. It's completion. It's a promise you keep with yourself before the world makes demands of you. This small act builds trust. You said you'd do it, and you did. That trust becomes confidence. That confidence becomes consistency. That consistency becomes transformation. The Stoics weren't chasing aesthetics. They weren't polishing their homes for the applause of others. They were practicing intention, practicing presence, practicing alignment between thought and action, word and deed, and when your space reflects clarity, your mind follows. Carl Jung understood this too. The space around you mirrors the state within you. A cluttered room, a cluttered psyche. But order, even in a small corner of your life, begins to ripple outward. You feel lighter, sharper, more in control. So tomorrow, before you reach for your phone, before you face your tasks, stand up and make your bed. Make it as if it matters, because it does. It's not about neatness. It's about agency. It's about anchoring your day to something firm, something chosen, something done with care. You won't feel proud of it. You won't get applause. But deep down, your mind will register it. I showed up. I followed through. And that is how greatness begins. In the quiet, in the ordinary, in the first decision of the day. Part 5. Move before the mind makes excuses. Some mornings your body feels like stone. Heavy. Slow. Your mind tells you to wait. To rest. To lie still just a little longer. You say you are tired. But what you are is disconnected. You are letting your thoughts drag your body into delay, into hesitation, into another wasted morning. The Stoics would not wait for motivation. They would not wait for energy to find them. They would move. Because movement is clarity. Movement is power. Movement is proof that you are not a machine running on feelings but a force driven by decision. You do not need a perfect workout. You do not need to sweat through your shirt. All you need is motion. A walk. A stretch. A few deep breaths while you raise your arms to the sky. Wake your body. Remind your nerves that you are alive, that you are choosing to begin. When you move in the morning, you shake off the weight of yesterday. You signal to your brain that you are no longer dormant. You are here. You are in command. This is not about chasing a certain look or number. This is about reclaiming your energy from the grip of delay. Carl Jung once said the body is the visibility of the soul. So ask yourself, what is your soul reflecting when your body stays still for too long? Is it fear? Is it fatigue? Or is it simply a habit of avoidance disguised as rest? The Stoics trained themselves to face discomfort, to meet resistance with movement, to prove again and again that their will was stronger than their weakness. Seneca fasted. He walked through hardship. Not to suffer, but to sharpen. To test the edges of who he was. So tomorrow, when your mind says not today, say back, I already started. While others are still negotiating with their comfort, you are already moving, already breathing deeper, already generating the momentum they are still waiting to find. This is not about being extreme. This is about refusing to stay stuck. This is about one motion that turns into another. One push that ignites the rest. One moment of action that silences every excuse. Move before your mind convinces you not to. Move before the comfort sets in. Move because this is the way back to yourself. The version of you that is disciplined. The version that leads instead of lags. The version that does not need to feel ready in order to begin. Every morning you move, you are voting for your strength, for your focus, for your future. You are not running away from the day. You are stepping into it. Fully. Freely. On your own terms. Part 6. Step into discomfort to build strength. There is a moment every morning when your comfort zone whispers. It tells you to stay warm, to stay safe, to avoid the sting of effort. That voice wants you still, predictable, fragile. But you are not here to be comfortable. You are here to become strong. And strength is never found in softness. It is built in fire. You stand before the cold shower. Your hand hovers. Your breath tightens. Your mind starts to plead. Not today. Not right now. But this is the moment. The exact moment where transformation is either forged or delayed. This is where the old self tries to survive. And this is where you kill it. The Stoics practiced discomfort by choice. Not for pain, but for preparation. Seneca walked barefoot in winter. Marcus Aurelius denied himself comfort to test his mind. They knew that real power comes from choosing what is difficult when you don't have to. Cold water is not punishment. It is a lesson. A reminder that courage does not arrive when things are easy. It is built when you willingly step into what is hard. When you do what others avoid. When you breathe through discomfort instead of retreating from it. Carl Jung said, "What you resist, persists." That hesitation, that flinch, that daily escape from difficulty, it builds walls around your strength. And over time, you forget that you ever had the power to break them. But each time you choose discomfort, each time you override that hesitation, you are teaching yourself that you are not ruled by fear. You are not a slave to ease. You are the one who decides. And that decision builds identity. The kind of identity that cannot be shaken by challenge. That cannot be broken by pressure. You don't need 5 minutes. You don't need perfection. You need 1 second of courage. 1 act of control. Step into the cold. Into the hard. Into the thing you keep avoiding. And when you do, you will find something waiting for you. Not pain, but power. Not fear, but freedom. That is what discomfort gives you. Not suffering, but strength. And when you begin your day with that, everything else that follows feels lighter. Because you already faced resistance and won. Not just physically, but mentally, internally, quietly, where it matters most. Part 7. Right to release what you carry. Every morning you wake up full. Not with energy, but with thoughts. With noise. With unspoken worries and cluttered emotions. You carry them before the world even touches you. And if you do not release them, they follow you into your decisions, your conversations, your focus. That is why you write. Not for beauty. Not for art. But for clarity. For mental hygiene. To empty the drawer before it spills. You pick up the pen and begin. Not to impress, but to be honest. Completely, brutally honest. You write what you are afraid to admit. You write what you don't even know is there until the ink begins to bleed. That is the power of journaling. Not as a performance, but as a purge. Marcus Aurelius wrote every day, not to be read, but to stay sane. His meditations were his mirror. His anchor. Epictetus reminded us that progress comes through self-examination. Without it, you repeat yourself without knowing why. Carl Jung said the unconscious will direct your life and you will call it fate, unless you make it conscious. Writing does that. It reveals your patterns. Your false stories. Your buried fears. You begin to see what is really driving you. And in that seeing, you gain control. You are not waiting for therapy. You are not waiting for the right moment. You are creating space for the truth before the day gets loud. You don't need pages. You need presence. 5 minutes. A few sentences. It is not about what sounds good. It is about what is real. You don't filter. You don't fix. You just release. And when you do, you walk into the day lighter, calmer, clearer. Because what was heavy is now on the page. And the page can hold it. You don't need to hold everything anymore. You just need to write. Quietly. Daily. Like a warrior sharpening his blade in silence. This is how you master your mind before the world has a chance to shape it. This is how you choose your thoughts instead of reacting to them. This is how you remember who you are before the noise tells you otherwise. Part 8. Set your targets before the world distracts you. Most people wake up and react. They open their eyes and wait to be told what to do, pulled into emails, messages, and noise before they've even taken their first breath with purpose. But not you. You are not here to drift. You are not here to chase urgency. You are here to create direction. And direction starts with intention. Every morning, before the day can shape you, you must shape the day. Not with a long list, not with empty ambition, but with 3 clear goals. Simple. Direct. Achievable. Because 3 things done with focus will always beat 20 things started with distraction. This is your compass. Your anchor. You don't ask, what should I do today? You tell the day what it will become. The Stoics lived by this. Epictetus said, first say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do. That's not philosophy. That's a battle plan. You are not waiting for clarity. You are commanding it. This morning, set your targets. Speak them. Write them. Keep them close. And when the world pulls you away, when the noise grows loud, you return to them. Because the day does not get to choose your actions. You do. Part 9. Choose what you feed your mind. The first thing you consume in the morning sets the tone for everything that follows. If you reach for chaos, you will carry it. If you reach for clarity, you will become it. Most people begin their day with noise, with headlines designed to stir fear, with social media designed to pull attention. But you choose differently. You start your morning with something that strengthens you. 10 pages of wisdom. A powerful idea. A quiet reflection. Because your mind, like your body, performs based on what you feed it. Garbage in, confusion out. Truth in, strength out. Seneca said we should associate with those who improve us. In today's world, that includes the words you read, the content you choose, the thoughts you invite. Start your day with intention, not impulse. And watch your mind begin to sharpen, your focus deepen, and your peace become unshakable. Part 10. Reflect before the day commands you. Before the world can shape your mind, you shape it yourself. You begin with a single thought, a quiet sentence, a stoic reminder that anchors you in what truly matters. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. That's not metaphor. That's instruction. The first idea you hold in the morning should not be random. It should be chosen. Deliberate. A compass for everything that follows. You are not here to drift. You are here to lead yourself. And leading begins with reflection. Pick one quote. One principle. Sit with it. Let it settle into your thoughts. Let it color your reactions, guide your decisions, strengthen your focus. You are not reacting to life anymore. You are preparing for it. And the preparation begins with choosing what to think before the world tells you what to fear. Part 11. Reconnect with nature to reconnect with yourself. Before screens, deadlines, and artificial noise, there was sunlight, wind, the grounding stillness of the earth beneath your feet. You were made for that world. And every morning, before the chaos begins, you have a choice. Step outside. Just for a few minutes. Breathe air that hasn't passed through a filter. Feel the temperature against your skin. Notice the movement of trees, the silence of the sky, the rhythm of something bigger than your schedule. The Stoics saw nature not as background, but as teacher. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself to adapt to life as it is, not as we wish it to be. And life, at its root, is natural. You cannot find peace locked in noise. You find it in presence. And presence begins when you remember the world is more than glass and metal. It is alive. And so are you. Step outside. Not to escape life, but to remember what it feels like to be part of it. Part 12. Fuel your body like your mind depends on it. Because it does. You wake up expecting clarity, discipline, focus, but you feed your body like an afterthought. You skip breakfast, you rush with sugar, you choose convenience over nourishment, then wonder why your energy crashes and your thoughts are fogged. The Stoics believed in mastery of the self, and that includes the vessel you live in. Epictetus said no man is free who is not master of himself. That freedom starts with care. Not punishment. Not extremes. Just simple, intentional fuel. Real food. Food that steadies your blood, supports your brain, and honors your work. This isn't about perfection. It's about respect. For the body that carries your purpose. For the mind that needs more than caffeine and habit to operate with strength. Eat like your life matters. Because it does. Your goals, your focus, your peace, all of it starts with the fuel you choose at the beginning of the day. Part 13. Speak to yourself before the world does. The first voice you hear in the morning should not be one of fear, criticism, or doubt. It should be your own. Steady, intentional, powerful. Most days, before your feet even touch the ground, your mind has already begun to attack itself. Quiet whispers of not enough, echoes of old mistakes, predictions of failure that haven't even happened. That voice, left unchecked, becomes your guide. But you do not have to follow it. You can speak first. You can interrupt the noise with clarity. With truth. With the kind of words that build you instead of break you. I am in control today. I respond with calm. I choose focus over chaos. These are not just phrases. They are anchors. Reminders. Spoken not for who you are, but for who you are becoming. Marcus Aurelius knew this. He dyed his thoughts with intention before anyone else had a chance to shape his mood. And so can you. You do not speak affirmations to escape reality. You speak them to build the strength to face it. Out loud. Every morning. Before the world can decide who you are, you remind it that you already know. Part 14. Step into the natural world before the digital one. You wake up surrounded by walls and wired to screens. The first instinct is to reach for your phone, to connect, to scroll, to consume. But the truth is, before you consume the world, you need to reconnect with it. Not through headlines or highlights, but through air, light, stillness. Before anything artificial enters your mind, step outside. Let your feet touch the earth. Let your skin meet the breeze. Let the sky remind you how small your worries really are. The Stoics never separated themselves from nature. Marcus Aurelius wrote about flowing with the world, not resisting it. He knew that truth lives in silence, in breath, in things that do not beg for attention. Nature is not entertainment. It is clarity. It grounds you before the noise, before the demands, before the pressure. And when you begin your day grounded, you move through it unshaken. You do not need to climb a mountain or escape your life. Just step into the morning air. Let it remind you that peace was never lost. It was simply waiting for you to return. Part 15. Choose real fuel over empty energy. Every morning your body wakes up asking for one thing: nourishment. Not stimulation, not shortcuts, but real fuel. Yet you reach for sugar, for processed convenience, for caffeine to mask the emptiness. You skip breakfast, or worse, rush through it without thought, and then wonder why your energy crashes, why your focus slips, why your emotions feel shaky. Your mind is not separate from your body. They are one system. And how you feed that system determines how strong you move, how clearly you think, how deeply you feel. The Stoics knew this. Epictetus reminded us that no man is free who is not master of himself. And mastery begins with care. Not extreme diets or punishments. Just simple, honest nourishment. Real food that grounds you. Food that says, "I am here to show up today." You are not feeding cravings. You are fueling purpose. What you choose in those first minutes after waking tells your mind what kind of day you are preparing for. Choose wisely. Choose respect. Choose strength over habit. Because your body carries everything your mind dares to imagine. Feed it like it matters. Because it does. You do not need to control the entire day. You only need to command the first few moments. Every morning is a chance to begin again, to align your mind and body, to step with intention instead of reaction. The Stoics lived by principles, not distractions. You can too. Take one habit from this journey and start tomorrow with it. Build from there. One quiet choice at a time. And if this message helped you find clarity, I ask for one simple favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs it. It helps us reach others who are searching for the same peace you are building. Stay steady. Stay grounded. Your path forward starts now.